It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show on S3. Happy Wednesday to all of you. It's time to meet a legend in her own right. Now, stage and screen actress Zenobia Kloppers is best known for her critically acclaimed portrayal of the iconic Fila Kumuti in the multi-award-winning film Fila Sekund. Now, she is not only a SAIFF Best Actress winner and a SAFTA nominee, but a voiceover artist, a singer, and author as well. Now, Zenobia is the definition of a multi-talented performer, and she joined us now in studio to chat about her interview on the long-running lifestyle magazine show Pasela and what else we can expect to see her in this year. Please, can we give her a warm espresso welcome?
Zenobia, so good having you in the studio. How are you?
Are you getting hot because it's hot in the studio? Because you're looking at Ryle? Because I don't know, you've just been eyeing him and you're like, hello.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm okay. I thought about this question when you're going to ask me, like, how am I doing? And I thought, you know what? Ek gaan die rok aantrek.
Okay.
This is a black dress,
Yeah.
you know, to just kind of say, I'm in mourning because we've lost a lot of family. You know, we've lost a couple of people, a lot of friends, family. But then I thought I'm going to do this as well, just to show there is like always a silver lining around things. So,
like that.
and to say, it is well with my soul. Because these days you ask someone, how are you doing? And it's like, it's such a loaded question. Are you well?
I know.
Yes, I'm well. I'm okay, I'm healthy, I've got my health. My soul's good. You know what I'm saying? So yes, it is well with my soul.
Thank you for giving us a real answer, not the generic, I'm all good. That's exactly what we want from you this morning. And I've got to ask, and I want to be honest here because this is a little bit of a fangirl moment for me. I'm someone that's literally inspired by you. You're doing so much. You're an actor, a presenter. You do live stage, you do film work, and the list goes on. And I'm literally trying to do everything you're doing. So my question to you is, how did you get started? How did you do this? Where did it all begin?
Oh, my word. I mean, obviously, like most performers, I've been just performing my whole life. You know, from little, when they put you on the little box, and you're like, perform, sing for us.
So you're born for it.
You know, I hope so. But yeah, I mean, I think my first performances were probably when I was singing with a jazz band while I was studying. That I did for all the while. And then I got my first break with doing Antjie Somers, which was back then the first Afrikaans musical in South Africa, which was awesome. I played Maria Ian. You know, there were three of us. Maria Ian.
But you were the main one. You were number
I
one.
was the big one, man.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, and then I went and I did my own play, Clarabag and Kaap too, which we toured with. And then I was lucky enough to get a break with Randall Wickham. I did a show with him, which was really great. Yeah. And then, of course, I worked on Guma with Tali Peterson and David Kramer on their show. We toured with that for 3 years as well. Oh, julle, wat nog?
Hitting us with the CB this morning.
She's like, where the list is so big.
Right, obviously,
Yeah.
Fila Sekund, we've seen you in that as well.
Yeah.
I want to know is how do you find a balance in between all of this? Because like you said, you wear so many hats, voiceover artist, singer, you know, all of this. How do you find the balance and still remain true to who you are?
I think doing all of this stuff is who I am. It is true to who I am. So, you know, as a performer, you have to kind of jump into a lot of different things. I mean, I've been writing, for instance, academic books for many years as well. That actually started out of sort of a need. We toured around the Western Cape doing these school performances, and then we started giving notes and little lectures on what's happening there. And then it just kind of became a book business where we wrote books. Okay. And I did that for years, and that's been great because, you know, you need to make a little bit of money. And, you know, and then you kind of stay in the voiceover stuff, and you do a little theatre, and you do whatever comes, like, whatever's necessary sometimes to survive, but also you have to follow your passion. So whenever a project comes along that's, like, really interesting, they're like, you just kind of put other stuff to the side and you jump into that one. So I think it's about just trying to be true to who you are and your heart, you know. And I mean, I must say, Fila was probably the biggest dream come true for me, because it's one of those roles that's just such an iconic, beautiful character. So.
Truly. Truly. And speaking of all these incredible projects, one recent one that you've just been involved in is involving one of the shows that has just come back. It's Pasela, we all know about it.
Yeah.
And you featured as a special guest on the show. What was the experience like for you? It was so lekker.
Yeah, I'm saying that because you know what? It was my first time at Robben Island. So,
Okay.
and then it was quite an adventure actually, because the wind was blowing, it was sun and all that, and I mean, it was one of those where you kind of like, okay, I'm okay, it was okay, and you know, so it was a lot of fun to actually do that too, and I think it was also, you know, people always talk, they go to Robben Island and they like walking in the footsteps of people that were there and all that, and it was so enriching, and you're like thinking, oh, I want to do that, I want to do that, but when you're actually there, there's a sense of like, just this history around you, and you can't actually comprehend what it must have been like to actually be there, because you're just surrounded by this water. I had this kind of vibe of just being surrounded by all this water, and I can't get out, you know. So it was a wonderful experience, and the Pasela guys are amazing. They're such lovely people, you know. So lekker.
Oh, we love that. And we love that we get to share this energy with you. With Zenobia Klopper is not going anywhere here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Of course, you can catch Pasela every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. on SABC2, but she is staying with us here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Last few minutes to inspire you. Now, we're still hanging out with on-screen actress, TV royalty Zenobia Klopper ahead of her guest appearance on Pasela on SABC2 at 7:30 p.m. on a Wednesday evening. Zenobia, you are such a vibe. Riley and I were just speaking like, your energy is just so fresh. I mean, we love having you here and just speaking about all the amazing things that you're doing.
Yeah, thank you. It's so awesome to be here with you guys as well. I mean, it's like, you know, I'm not actually a morning person. It's weird.
None of us are.
Yeah,
believe it
yeah.
or not. I think that's a prerequisite.
It's
So
the
you come here,
coffee.
bit of adrenaline, bit of coffee, and you're on your way.
Like,
I would imagine for being an actress, being in this space where you've got to be quite out there and extroverted, could be quite difficult because you've got to go into your inner space when you act. And I'm going to ask you to take us back to the inner space that obviously garnered you incredible acclaim, a brilliant award-winning performance in Phyllis. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
What was that process like? How wonderful. I've been able to taste film here and there, and it's amazing to be a part of such a big collaborative effort. But to be able to get it right and then to look back and for other people to acknowledge and recognize your performance, how good does that feel, and what was it like making the film?
Oh my word, it's amazing to be acknowledged for work that you've done, especially work like this, which is it's such an iconic character. You know, it's an important story to tell, and I think on that set it was really a collaborative effort. I mean, the entire team was incredible, and we had a wonderful director, Brett Michael Innes. And you know what? I credit him a lot with how Fila was played, because he had a very particular idea of how he wants the character to come across. I've played her in theatre before, and it was very much, hey, come here! You know, it was like very, it was very out.
Yeah.
And obviously theatre's bigger and it's wider, but I always had a desire to play the inner turmoil that she's going through, her inner life, which you can't show in theatre. So when Brett, you know, asked me to do Fila, it was an opportunity to actually play the inner life of this woman and truly show what's going on in here and in here. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. I mean, it's...
Because that's got to be a role of a lifetime. Surely, that's got to be a role of a lifetime.
It is. I mean, yeah, it's got so much scope. I don't know how to describe that process. And I mean, I remember this one scene I did. They shortened it from what it was in the theatre, and it was an entire scene with like lots of dialogue in the theatre production, and in the film, it's just 2 lines on the page. And during those 2 lines, between the spaces in my head, I'm going through all the lines, and I'm basically saying that, and that was amazing because it kind of gave this inner life in the eyes you know. It was an amazing experience. So beautiful.
Job,
You spoke
dream
about
job.
the cast as well, but what was it like working with the late Charlene Surti Richards? I mean, that must have been amazing as well.
Yeah, no, she's amazing. The weird thing is we actually never worked together. That's actually the strange thing. About a few months before I got cast to do the film, I had replaced her, not replaced, but I stood in for her for 2 weeks in Carnival City because she was doing the theatre production at the time and she had other commitments. So I stood in for her. Luckily, 10 years before that, I had actually played Villa under Sandra Prinsloo for the same company. So I knew the role and was just stepped into it. And we chatted a little bit and we kind of like WhatsApped and so on. And that was lovely. But weirdly, we've never worked together.
You've walked this parallel path
Exactly.
throughout your life. That's crazy.
And the weird thing is, I when I did the filler, when I stood in for her, her costume fit me, her shoes fit me.
Oh, my
it was so weird. It's like, are you sure this is my... We just kind of...
You're cosmically connected.
Cosmically
It was meant
connected.
To be. I absolutely love that. And of course, we grieve her passing within the industry, an absolute loss. Looking forward in your career, I know, interesting year. We've seen a lot of the actors that we've spoken to are finding a new way of being able to operate. What are you most excited about? What new projects are you involved in? What can you tell us about?
Oh, okay. So I guess the biggest thing that's currently showing is Decentrum on SABC2. Yes, that I'm playing a lovely character, Lucinda Jackson. She's just calm through the storm, you know. We're just like to
We need
play.
a bit of that in our lives right now. That's cool, yeah.
And it's such a lovely series because it addresses social issues, which is great. Yeah, I hope people are enjoying that one. And then I just shot on something else, but I may not say anything about it, but people must just look out for it. They're going to absolutely hate this character, which I'm looking forward to. It's going to be it's going to be one of those it's going to be one of those love to hate people.
I can't believe it. I can't imagine not being able to love you to bits and
But
pieces.
we have to ask you, obviously, Pasela, you are a guest, you make an appearance there. Without giving away too much, what can people expect with
Why
this
should
episode
people-
as well?
Oh, yes. You know what? Pasela. I mean, look, it's an iconic show as well. 13 seasons, it's amazing. I remember actually when it started back years ago. I remember when it started. It's so weird to be at the end now. Yeah. Anyway, so what I think is really amazing and why people should actually watch this one is, you know, we're going through such a lot of stuff now. This one is an outdoors one. It's about sort of, we've been going through so much. You know, we've got this virus, we've got this unrest, and it's so easy to fall into darkness and to let yourself become hopeless. But it's important to try and see the silver lining of things. So this show, even if you think in your lounge, you're like, okay, you're going on an adventure outside with people. That's the first thing. Secondly, you've got Robben Island, you've got the Rose Garden, all of that. And it just reminds us again, what a beautiful country we live in.
Why we need to fight.
Why we need to fight for it. And I mean, the intense thing for me is that it's at Robben Island and then we go to the gardens and so on. But Robben Island, to just remind us where we came from, what have we been fighting for, and just kind of thinking, through all that darkness, those people that were in prison there, they kept hopeful.
And they prevailed.
They prevailed. We can prevail, man. And I think that's a very important message here. And I'm so delighted to be a part of that now. Really, I'm so delighted.
Take a deep breath and just get out there and experience it. Anything that's going to allow us to delve a little bit deeper into your world and your amazing life and your amazing personality, sign me up. You've been a joy to host this morning.
really
Thank you so
have.
much.
Oh,
You are so special.
Thank you for having me. It's been so amazing to be here with you guys. Wow.
Just trying to imagine that character that everyone's going to hate. It's impossible. I don't know how, but she is that good an actress that she will pull it off. You can catch Zenobia on Pasela, and of course Pasela going out every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. on SABC2.